This is going to be fascinating to hear and watch because it's not often that you have four CEOs of the four biggest internet companies, smartphone companies in the world competing with each other to establish that they are not dominant, that they do not crush competition in any way, that there is room for multiple players. So in a sense, they will also have to acknowledge their competition. If you look at the speeches prepared by Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos, Sundar Pichai of Google, Apple's Tim Cook, and Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg, this is what they are going to say in their speeches before the congressional committee later today. It's going to happen at 9:30 p.m. India time. So I was just going through what they have submitted in advance. So Jeff Bezos talks a lot about his childhood. His mother got pregnant when she was in high school. He was adopted by an immigrant from Cuba. So he talks about those that kind of upbringing, how it really helped him with his values. And after that, he talks about how Amazon has less than 1% share of the global retail market, less than 4% in the US. He says that our competitors like Walmart, Target, Costco are way bigger. And he also talks about how there is room for multiple players in retail, that it's not winner takes all, and that he believes Amazon should be scrutinized by lawmakers and it should come out in flying colors. On the other hand, if you look at Google's Sundar Pichai, he says that Google's dominance in search or continued success is not guaranteed because people now use a range of options to search and find information. They use Alexa, WhatsApp, Twitter, they look up products in eBay and Amazon. So he says that our continued success is not guaranteed. He also talks about cooperating with lawmakers during this hearing. Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg takes an interesting stand because there have been repeated calls for Facebook to be broken up. He says that just because companies are big doesn't mean they are bad. He also says that we are a proudly American company and talks about how China is building its own internet. So he's clearly playing on the American homegrown angle here. And he also talks about how he's always called for more regulation, on the fact that regulators need to take a more active role in the internet. It cannot be just private players who take calls on important issues. Finally, Tim Cook of Apple says Apple doesn't dominate the smartphone market and that they have never dominated any market that they are present in. He also talks about the commissions on the App Store. He says our commissions are reasonable or even lower than competitors, and that he agrees with lawmakers that there needs to be competition. So this is what these four big tech CEOs are going to say. A lot of people asking why Microsoft is not part of this hearing. How did they manage to wriggle out? Because there have been various kinds of antitrust complaints against Microsoft over the years. So if you have any theories on that, let us know in the comments below.